Gentlemen, please give it up for Mark Norman!
The legend.
Oh.
Yep, it's gonna get there. Anyway, the old fatty's here. Late B-Day, Mark Norman.
Yo.
Tuesdays with stories.
Hey.
Keep it basement here out of the Stress Factory green room for the 100th time.
You hear a lot?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
We're plugging the special is the main reason.
Ooh.
Out to lunch, 3 million I think plus.
Yeah.
These YouTube specials are fucking moving. Gonna come catch Schultz and say fuck them all.
Yes, that's the move. I feel like that's the way the wind's blowing.
Didn't Ted put one out?
Ted did one, yeah.
A couple people are doing them. But Mark Norman again for the second time. We had him on last year. Since then, though, he's been on Rogan twice, opening for Seinfeld, really fucking blowing it up there. And now he's here allowing us once again, and we appreciate it. So check out the YouTube special if you haven't already, Out to Lunch. And yeah, dude, we just wanted to catch up and see how everything's going. Obviously, COVID is insane.
Yes.
And we saw you probably maybe a year and a half ago. But since then, Rogan and Seinfeld, I guess towards the end of 2019. But then since this has popped off, you really seem to just been going in the YouTube special and the YouTube just good content. I'm sure you guys are producing it and shit, just sketches, the quarantine comedy.
Yeah.
Corona comedy on the street, it was the first one you popped off was fucking hilarious.
Oh, thanks.
Just innovating. So how's it been?
Thanks. Well, I mean, the getting was good for so long. Like you said, I'm running around the world with Kreischer. I'm opening for Seinfeld. I started doing Rogan. I was selling out for the first time in my goddamn life. And then the world went and queefed itself, and now we're all fucked. And so I got used to working a lot and getting out there and exposure and new fans. So when the pandemic hit, we just hit a wall, and I was like, I didn't want to lose all that. So I started doing those videos, and I put the special out and podcasting it up and all this shit. So just trying to stay afloat with the extra content.
How has you're fucking killing the crowds. You're selling out. Even during COVID, like you said, you've been around a little bit of the country already, and the crowds are great. But putting that YouTube special out, is that you really think how much of a crazy difference did that make?
Huge
since
difference.
COVID, at least because you had already done. You're coming off Seinfeld and Rogan, and then you get fucked with COVID. But you just start pumping out YouTube shit, and it's really getting around.
Thanks.
Left and right.
I appreciate it. That's the plan. It helps. The special has got me through this because turns out a pandemic. Good time to put out content. Everybody's sitting at home. We've all seen every Netflix show. We got our finger up our ass. We're watching cuties. It's not good. So I think just putting out new stuff for the people, I think that's the move right now. And especially if it's quality. Don't just throw everything against the wall. But yeah, you gotta put something out. And I was lucky. I taped it in January. The world went to hell in February, so I got it in just in time. And now I'm trying to. This is a whole new hour, basically, and I'm just trying to pump out material. And I feel like a lot of people are kicking back. Even Burr's I've done 2 shows. I don't know, but some of us, Michelle Wolf, myself, Sam Morrill, we're trying to stay. Comedy's a muscle, and if you don't work it out, it atrophies. So we're trying to stay buff.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I love what you're doing. I saw you at a PA show and you started filming the content,
oh yeah,
the crowd work. And I thought it was a great idea what you're doing. And
was that Soul Jules?
It was a shitty one, and then you had one where I don't know. I like the post, even when the car show where the lights were going on when you were doing what.
Oh, that one, yeah.
And that one too. There was a couple posts you did, and I was thinking, is it necessary now more than ever to have a camera guy doing comedy?
Yeah, look at this queef over here in the corner. Yeah, and you guys got a black queef. I mean, you got to have your guy.
Yeah.
And I think this is what people want. I mean, look at a Rogan thing. It's very authentic. It's real. And then you watch Fallon. He's like, "What? You have a dog?" And nobody wants to see that. Nobody gives a shit. So I think people want the behind the scenes, this stuff back here, bombing the park show in the rain. That's what they want, is that the nitty gritty, because everybody's seen the theater and the chandelier and the murdering and all that. So that's a millisecond of comedy. That's a blip, a 1% of comedy. This is most of it. Trying a new joke, as a fly in your face. You're farting on the stage. You're bombing, whatever it is. And I think this is comedy's getting so big now that people want to see behind the scenes a little more.
I think it gives fans an inside look, and also the comedians hope, like, oh shit, we can make it one day. And the fact, like, it humanizes everything. Like, look at this, I bombed here, I made it content, it went viral.
Right.
But I got a question also about Rogan experience and Seinfeld. Did you see a change in your fan base? Like, did Joe Rogan give you like a younger podcast audience?
Oh yeah.
And did Seinfeld give you like an older crowd coming to their shows, or no? It was just more.
Not really. Well, Seinfeld's crowd it's so old that they don't. Seinfeld's people are so locked into him that they don't really like seek out shit. Yeah. But like other guys, you know, like, oh, I like Rogan. Now I found Theo Vaughn. Now I found Santino. Now I found whoever the fuck, Donnell Rawlings or whatever. So like. Those younger guys are better with the YouTubes and the interwebs, and I can figure out shit, and they start going to Reddit, and they read threads. Seinfeld's people are just like, oh, we saw this young guy open for Jerry. He was kind of annoying, and I think he was gay, and it's kind of ripping off Jerry's cadence and all that. So and then they go home and beat their wives or whatever the hell, you know? So I don't think they're really doing the searching, but the beauty of Rogan is it's so much exposure that you'll get all kinds of. I'm getting people in India. Hey, I found you out to lunch because I saw Rogan and da da da. So it's the new Johnny Carson. You get on that and.
Yeah, we're not Rogan big at all, but even us, we're getting comments like, "We love Mark" from India, and like weird comments. I'm like, are these bots? Are these real people?
Yeah,
real
right.
People searching the shit for the interviews and whatnot.
Yeah,
so it goes to show how big that is, like that digital space.
It's beautiful, and look, people shit on YouTube. Oh, you're on YouTube, you know, and I get it. Anybody can be on there, you know. My dad can be on YouTube, but. It's so easily shareable, and it's so global. You can be in Russia and send a guy a link who's in England and all that. And I feel like Netflix, you can tell somebody, get some word of mouth, sure. But like YouTube, it's just share, copy and paste. I mean, and then you can comment and you can see the views. I don't know I have no idea how you're doing on Netflix. YouTube, look, I got the count right here.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Any thoughts on Rogan leaving LA or just...
I think he made the right choice because now, like, Segura's leaving, Theo's leaving, Diaz left. It feels like comedy's changing. This is a huge shift. COVID changed everything where we realized the industry's kind of clueless, and they're kind of slowing things down because why are we waiting for you? We got this now. You guys are in a green room. We can do YouTube. We got cameras ourselves. We got an iPhone. That's all we need. We'll promote it ourselves, and I don't want to be on This Is Us. This Is Us sucks. You know, Blackish sucks. These shows aren't funny. We're funny. Why are we waiting for you unfunny people to tell us what to do? We'll just do it.
Hell yeah. What do you think about, like, look, because when I think comic, I think jokes. I literally think you and Attell. And the kind of the way that like guys like Schultz and Akash or like guys who are more YouTube centric, some people have kind of used it as like a backup plan because of COVID.
Right.
But like the way Schultz is moving, he's kind of becoming an entity and like a business, kind of like Rogan, rather than just a straight comic.
Completely.
And you have always been a straight comic, but you're veering that way, and your YouTube's blowing up and shit. So I didn't know if you had like business ideas in the back of your head, or you're kind of just like doing what you can to stay relevant.
Not really any strategies. I appreciate that. But, like, this guy hit me up and said, hey, do you mind if I film some shit? And I said, yeah, come on by. I think my perk, or what do you call it, my plus about me is that I'm just open-minded. You guys want to do a pie? Yeah, come on by, whatever.
We appreciate it. We got rejected from Tim last week, 2 weeks ago.
I was saying that because we had Francis on. I don't know if you're cool, Francis Ellis. He's really nice.
Yeah.
He was like, Mark Norman's it's really gonna hit him hard. He has the comedy bug where you always perform anywhere.
Yes.
And I was wondering, since you hit another level of success, is there like a thing where you try not to be too available to people, or you're not like that at all? Like, does it pay to be an asshole? Sometimes it seems like it pays to be an asshole. But
sure.
I feel like you're such a genuine guy, and like you say, you're not about like business and stuff, but it's important to make money. But I was just wondering like how you felt about all that.
I think it does. I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but I've watched a lot of people in this business be an asshole and just climb that ladder. But people talk. And it comes back, and they go, yeah, he's funny, but fuck that guy, he fucked my girlfriend and killed my dog and all this shit. So I think people talk, and that's a long-term game, but the asshole thing will get you in quick. But again, no offense, but even if I didn't want to do this, I wouldn't tell you, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. You're still people. I don't do anything. I don't want to be here. You know, I just want to go home.
You already wanted to kill yourself after you had to talk to that girl for extra 12
Oh, God, that was tough. Oh, we get it. You're from Brooklyn. All right, you're Jewish. Yeah, cool. Got it.
No, yeah, I literally am done. I don't want to fucking be annoying.
The street segment too. Yeah, that's really
the street segments.
Oh, thanks,
Like,
thanks.
trying out the COVID comedy, then you're like just going up to random people or or kids. But like, I guess in terms of just being able to get your shit out there now during COVID, I think like it's helped some comics more so because people didn't even know they existed because they were just focusing on getting in the clubs and getting on the road.
Right.
So they didn't put any effort into anything else. And you're especially younger fans, I'd say like fucking 15 to 25, they're not going to comedy clubs all the time. But if they see a clip on YouTube and they share it with their friend, then they'll go to the show.
Exactly.
And my friends have done that with you. They never heard of you. They've done it with DeStefano. They never heard of him. And they go to their shows and their podcast, of course.
There you go. It's bittersweet, this whole thing with like TV basically rejecting all of us. Schultz, me, DeStefano, whoever, Tim. Yeah, like they rejected us, so it's this weird survival thing. It's like the Jews, they show up to New York and everybody's like, we don't want to work with you. All right, we'll start our own law firm, we'll become lawyers, and then we'll fucking run the weather. How about that? So yeah, it's like their fault. They pushed us out, and then we got to survive. We're like sewer rats. All right, we'll just build a little nest over here, and then eventually our nest will be better than your nest.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at, and it seems to be working, but it's hard to see because we're in it. It's almost like fish in water. They don't know they're in water, so we're all like, the fucking networks, they won't book us, but we're doing it ourselves anyway. We just can't see it. But you guys get it because you're all kind of on the outside looking in, like, oh, look what those guys are doing. So we need you guys to tell us, so I appreciate you. And then you guys are doing your own shit too, and that's commendable.
Well, appreciate you because you're going to get us like more than us just being shitbags doing it ourselves, like doing us a favor and whatever else.
Hey, scratching backs.
That's all I got. You got anything else?
Last question. I don't want to take his time up, but last interview you said something important to me, and I don't know if you even really knew how important it was.
I did not.
You were saying that you want to be known as like, that's my guy. Like you were naming like Theo Vaughn, Joey Diaz.
Oh,
you
yeah.
said something about the Snapchat thing, like being able to be you're not a marketing business savvy guy. You admit it. You're an old school comedian, but this new digital shit's taken off. And you were saying like the Snapchat's important and like your thing like comedy, so people remember that on the social media thing, and that is big because it's relatable to Snapchat thing.
Really? You think?
I think so.
Oh.
Look at all the people doing Snapchat.
They sent them to me.
That's big. Like it might not make you money on Instagram or something, but it makes you relatable and it gives you more fans, I believe.
Hey, I'll take it. It's funny you say that because I've had a million people like, Snapchat ain't funny, you're a funny guy, but this shit is so... I'm like, well, it's not really like a make you laugh out loud thing. It's just silly. It's just one of a silly thing.
But some asshole could remember you from that who's not
That's
a comedy
true.
fan,
That's true.
Comedy.
I've been saying that nonstop.
There you go.
All right, guys. Out to Lunch is on YouTube. Mark, the podcast is Tuesdays with Stories. I think Joe List is coming to the club soon.
Yes.
Anything else, dude? Thanks again for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, check out my podcast, Praise Allah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be at the old Heeb show at fucking
Yeah,
Harper's
there you
Table.
go. He got me.
October 28th. There you go.
I can't say no. I'll do any gig. If you got a gig at home, book me. I'll come.
Book him, Mark
Yes.
Norman. He's blowing up. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. This is Keep Basement.
Praise Allah.
Holy shit, he's funny. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Mark.
Hey, thank you. That was fun. I think we got it.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
There was a lot there.
Good content.
Yeah, yeah.